next item on the agenda is catering for committee meetings. In August last year, a majority of the committee approved the cost of a meal and a drink for each committee member during committee meetings. There are some people who don't think that's appropriate. There are questions about whether it's constitutional, and the issue has been raised of whether that's an appropriate use of the government's funds, given an appropriate priority for the money in the government grant. Now, there was an agenda paper circulated, and I've drafted a motion that addresses what I see as the issues that are raised by that. And the draft motion is that the North Canberra Community Council approves the reimbursement to each committee member of up to $25 towards the cost of food and non-alcoholic drinks at each committee meeting. Would anybody like to second that motion? Or propose an amended motion?
Can I speak just in general about that?
No,
sorry, Leon, you were the one who opposed it, okay? And you have been riding on your high horse. And I guess what I have a problem here.
No, you're out of order, Mike.
You're out of order.
I have asked you
okay, no, I'm just saying I'm not getting a chance to speak because.
No, you will. Because you're out of order.
No, Leon. It's about for or against the motion. I'm saying the motion is irrelevant.
All right, you may.
That's a different issue. Okay.
Now, where was I? Do we have any? Now, the default position is that the committee will continue to get food and alcoholic drinks provided at committee meetings at a cost of several $1,000s per year.
Wait, okay, stop, Leon. That's not what it is.
That is not what it is.
I'm a bit concerned here, Leon.
Would you like to propose a different motion?
No, I like the status quo, and I'll tell you why. Okay.
All right,
the status quo works.
John.
Okay, I'm going to stand up. Okay, excuse me,
motion.
everyone. Sorry about this. I guess I have to intervene. Okay. I've been a committee member and chair and deputy chair for the last decade, and I think I just beat you, Bruce. That's why I was asking. I've been here since 2007-8. I know how the committee works. I know what's good in a meeting. I also know what's a good expenditure of money, right? And I know from other things that we've done, because we have hosted things with residents groups, even for other events that a particular residents group might do, and $1 spent usually results in $5 back, okay? And part of that comes because we're willing to value what volunteers do, because the committee is composed of volunteers, right? We're volunteers. Our committee meetings are from like 7 to 8:30 or 9. We are actually working. We're not sitting around just socializing. And for a lot of us, we can't get a meal beforehand, okay? So it's at the Polish Club, okay? If anyone's been to the Polish Club, I really heartily recommend it. It's just that, no pokies, by the way. It's very good. And so we've been meeting there, and some of us, and definitely me, I'm not in a financial position to necessarily pay for the meals. So sometimes if I don't have dinner, up till recently, I might not have anything, okay? So the idea was we just put something in that says you can have food and drink. We're not going to say what food you can have. You can have chicken, no, you can have beef. You can have a Coke, oh no, you can have a beer, no. We just said you can have a food and drink and continue with the committee meeting, set and forget, don't worry about it. And this is done with other nonprofits. It is not controversial, except for a few people. It works quite well, and you don't have to think about it. Whereas, in a way, the message, if we get restricted, is basically saying, we don't value our volunteers, we don't value the time they put in, we're going to be kind of cheap with you. And you think, well, what's the use? And I guess that's my thing, is I put my heart and soul into this community council. And, I mean, Jane, I know Jane's done a lot as well. I mean, a lot of people have. And sometimes I think it's just kind of odd that people are putting that work in, and there is a mentality of certain people that says, no, you not only shouldn't get anything, but we've got to be as parsimonious as possible with it. Well, I don't agree with that. And if you think about, is there a supply and demand problem here? If this was such a great deal, we would have a massive surplus of committee members. We'd have elections for 3 people trying to be chair or secretary or whatever. But no, we don't. We are struggling. Thank you, by the way. And, it took me haranguing everyone. We got to have a secretary. I don't like having to do that. But sorry.
Sorry, I was wondering what the government people think of.
The previous person had talked about, like, she was even saying for these ones, we could have $200 here. And that's
exactly right.
So there was not a problem as long as
the previous government.
the previous previous administrator for the grant. Okay, so theoretically, on that, someone could come here. If someone was willing to do it, you could put a spread out here, right? Because our function is to bring the public into meetings, right? And we don't do it by meeting, in some, this is actually quite nice, you don't want to meet in some little shack somewhere where no one really wants to be there. You've got to put out the money, you've got to put out the resources, you've got to attract people there. And that's not only for the public meetings, it's for the committee meetings, okay? And I'm not asking a lot for me or anyone else. It's just saying, please put something that says, we appreciate the work that you do, have a meal, and because that's all part of what you do. We meet during dinner time. I don't have to think about my blood sugar levels. It just says something that says we value what the committee does. And that's really what I'm asking.
What we've had so far is the committee deciding how to value what the committee does.
Well, I'm hoping that the whole membership does as well, Leon.
Well, that's what we're asking.
No, but Leon, I guess the reason I was concerned is that the way it was presented, and I only read a little bit of some of the stuff you put in without watching my blood pressure go up. And I said, this is being stacked, and it is not something I feel I could even put something into because I felt I was just playing into it. And Leon, I know this because I've seen how you acted at the time we had to vote. I've seen that you've been recruiting other people to try and call us and say, no, don't do this, we don't like it. There are a few people that don't like it. But overall, those people that seem to don't like it either have wealth of their own, so they can get their own meals, right? Or the people just don't want to spend anything on anything anyway. And that brings another factor. And this is what Andrew Barr said. Andrew Barr said when he was criticizing community council, he says, only a certain demographic goes there, right? You can read into that what you want, but in some ways, if you restrict what you're going to do, not only for members, but for committee members, you will restrict people who will want to be on the committee. Because people have other things to do, people who are trying to do the right thing. If they're being told, we don't value your work, only a certain kind of person is going to be on the committee. And I want to try and keep it as open as possible.
All right, I have reasons for objecting to serving alcohol during committee meetings, which are explained in the agenda paper.
And what are they?
That I was involved in another community organisation which provided alcohol at all its committee meetings and has a very long history of breaching its own constitution. And I attribute some of that to the effect of the alcohol on people's reasoning when they're at meetings. Now, Mike, you've said enough.
No, I haven't said enough, because I need to answer that thing about alcohol. I mean, that's a moralistic thing. We're not talking about having 6 packs of beer here. A lot of people might have a non-alcoholic drink or maybe an alcoholic drink with their meal, right? It's not a big... No, sorry, Leon, I need to address this because you seem to be saying we're going to restrict it to this, restricted to this, restricted to this. I'm just saying, just don't worry about it. The committee has a meeting,
all right.
Pay the food and drink, don't worry about it.
Okay, my estimate of the cost of that for the committee is about $1,600 per year, give or take a fair bit. Now, if the committee deserves a meal and an alcoholic drink at each committee meeting, we're holding general meetings at the same time as the committee meetings. Why not give everybody a meal and a drink when they come to a general meeting? And that would blow the budget in about 2 months.
Well, as I said, the ACT government rep said $200. It could be more, whatever. You can put something there if you want. I'm not going to do it.
Would you like me to circulate that correspondence and explain that she was talking about general meetings, not about committee meetings?
No, she was talking
No,
about.
and that's enough.
Anyway, no, the point is,
Can you
Leon,
have a
this is
motion?
this is something that, as I said, set and forget. There's been no abuse of it. We're not talking about spending lots of money on
All
it.
right, let me
Okay,
explain
it's a
something
reasonable
else.
use of our resources.
As I understand it, I haven't been informed, but as I haven't been officially informed, but as I understand it, the practice is to put the North Canberra Community debit card on the bar at the Polish Club while we're having our meetings, so that people can have their expenses added to the debit card.
Correct.
That's exactly.
And it's the only oversight is the bar staff who may or may not recognise who's at the meeting and who isn't.
Can
Well,
I
this
say
it doesn't
so
show up on the
it's
bank.
9:20. It's 20 past 9, and we're not even halfway down the first page of the agenda. So I think we need.
Would somebody like to either second the motion that's been put or propose an alternative motion? Or
My alternative motion is
Right.
the status quo.
your motion is that we accept that the committee be provided with...
No, I'm not saying providing with alcoholic drinks. I'm saying we just keep the status quo. Which means you decide what you
Well,
want.
tell us what the status quo is. Put that into your motion.
Okay, then
Food and drinks are provided for the committee members.
Isn't that what you were saying? But with a limit of $25.
Well, he's saying the status quo, there's no limit.
But yeah, so all you're saying is there's a limit.
My motion
well, what
says...
happens if someone spends 27?
Then they can
You know,
vote
because at the Polish Club, there can be, you know, I'm just saying, just don't worry about it.
I don't think we've got to waste the meeting time on $2.
Well, we are wasting it here, and that's because Leon's brought it up. If we kept the status quo, we wouldn't have to fiddle around with it.
Like, if you just looked at the motion and changing to, and proposed a change to address any concerns you had, we could have had it finished and voted on by now.
No, Leon, you kept going on a different motion. I'm just saying.
Anyway, at the minute it's
Well, what's your-
25.
Okay.
At the minute it's 25.
Okay,
What would you like?
okay, I'm gonna say, get out the motion from the executive meeting and just duplicate it.
All right. Well, what I've got in here, which is a paraphrasing of it, I think, the cost of a meal and a drink for each committee member during committee meetings. So do you want to move that?
Yeah, I'll move that. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right, anybody second the motion?
I will.
At the Polish Club, is that what it's?
Yeah, it's at the Polish Club.
It's not.
Wherever we want.
Where is this? Like going to hide?
No, we're not going to.
All those in favour? All those against? Right, was that? 1, 2, 3. All right, the motion is carried.